The Ravens are in gun near doubles. I consider this the strength here because the back is to that side. This is our weak side at the bottom of the screen. The Ravens to the strong side run double slants. I think the quarterback does a good job, although you can see he's got Watkins open. He takes his first open receiver inside and hits likely. I think this is 3rd and 13. I think the Ravens would do well to look for this seam route against this coverage. When the Ravens line up in doubles, they play this particular coverage, which is to say they're going to play quarters to this side and then cut to the bottom. You can call that cover 6. You can call that quarter, half, whatever suits you. Here we go again. The Bengals do like this coverage versus this formation, but they do a very good job of consistently disguising it pre-snap. Before we saw them drop 2 backers off the line of scrimmage and get into that coverage. Now we're going to see this weak safety fold down and take the hook here. They're going to play cut to the bottom again and then quarter, or let's call it cover 6, whatever works. Ravens in that same formation, doubles, gun near. This time they release the back to the flat. I think along with the seam out of this formation, watch the number 2 receiver here. If he does an in and up versus this coverage, it's obviously more apparent in this instance because they're bringing the weak safety down to be part of this under 4. But you run 2 verticals, you do not have a middle of the field safety to the weak side here. In any case, I do think the Bengals are going to have a hard time with our tight ends. Their linebackers don't match up, I don't think, very well with our tight ends. And they seem to be very confused with the back releasing to the flat. There's some confusion on their part in coverages. But we see it here. Quarter, this guy's going to be in half field coverage. I think we can exploit the Bengals with the back releasing. And we should take the underneath stuff. And I think we can win matchups with their linebackers. A lot was made of this. I think it's laid at the feet of the coordinator. I would not do that. My sense is somebody ran the wrong route. It's probably Tylan Wallace here. This is a very nice throw by the quarterback. Puts it away from the defender where Likely can grab it, and he does a nice job in doing so. So interesting that we see this coverage versus doubles, and we see receivers getting open despite that weird little route. Okay, and then there's one of those dirty plays at the end. You see that, folks? See how dirty the Ravens are? I think it's called playing football. Let's look at this trip slot look. They got Charlie Kohler as a wing. They release Drake to the flat. You get this quads release to the field. Quarterback does a good job coming off this read to the flat and finding Kohler. You can see this guy's in the throwing lane or could be in the throwing lane. He's got all kinds of windows here, though. Charlie sits this down. But you've got some guys open. You even have a shot deep here with time in the pocket. They catch him in a slot blitz, and you can see that the Bengals are just a little bit confused by some of the looks the Ravens are showing them. Said this earlier, I'll repeat it. Based on what I'm seeing, I don't think the Bengals can match up linebacker to tight end, and the Ravens need to exploit that. You'll see that. I think this is Wilson here, who's a linebacker a lot of people like. Really confused, I think, by the inside receiver and number 2 switching. You see it get outside with Likely. I think this is Likely here. And then Kohler's open and crosses his face. I don't think they can match up. At the top of our screen, the Ravens run this hitch flat. Dangerous throw by the quarterback. I don't like the way the receiver, I think this is Robinson, kind of drifts away from the throw instead of going to get it. Slow it down so you can see that right there. Kind of backs away from the throw. Off of play action, early in the game, this is the first interception. It's first down. I think these throws are going to be available. I think we're going to have success with the back leaking off of release or check release. I think we're going to have success with them in the flats. Long wind up by the quarterback there. Definitely under pressure, definitely affects the throw, but he needs to be able to check this thing down. Watch it again. This is also a trip slot look with Ricard in the slot. He's going to help in protection and then leak. The back's going to leak too. 4-man pressure. This is the big play to Likely downfield. Oof. Just an awesome play by Likely. Don't know how he came up with that. Really dangerous throw. Again, this is first down. He's got to take this underneath throw. Now, this worked out great. Likely makes this unbelievable play for him, and I give him credit for trying to make this throw, but I think it's ill-advised. You've got guys open underneath. Not sure why Ricard is hanging out here. That should be, at least to my mind, that should be a flat release for him.